Oh, you want me to introduce the podcast?
No, I don't actually.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Ennui Talk podcast. No, you're a piece of shit. I introduced the podcast. Hey guys, welcome back
Fuck
to the Ennui
you.
Talk podcast.
I hate you.
I'm your host. Do you want to be on? Do you want to be my co-host in this podcast or not?
I want you to fucking grow some balls.
I've had balls ever since you've met me, Benjamin. Co-host
Yeah,
Benjamin Davis. How's things, mate? Like, you know, this is the last time we caught up was on the podcast as well. What's been going on? You've been having a good time coming out of lockdown.
I've been screening your text messages and phone calls.
You're not the only one, mate. You're not the only one. No, what's
I didn't think so.
because you're out of lockdown now. You're out of lockdown.
Yeah.
I'm still in lockdown.
Yeah, because you're a bitch.
It's not good. What have you been doing?
Are you still in
since,
lockdown?
Lockdown's come out. Yeah, didn't you fucking know that? You guys are still. We're stuck in lockdown still. The Midwest.
Oh, I didn't know Mudgy was still in lockdown. That sucks.
Otherwise, I'd be fucking
dog shit.
home.
Yeah,
it
I
is
feel
dog
bad for
shit.
you,
Otherwise,
man.
I'd be coming home. Yeah, thanks.
No.
I appreciate it, Benjamin.
Would you be coming
I was
home?
gonna come home this week. Yeah, I would have been home today to visit my family and friend. You're my friend.
Oh, yeah.
You're the only friend I want to visit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's because I was supposed to go to the dentist and go to the cock and ball doctor and all that sort of stuff, but now I can't. You know, I guess that's the life we're living. Did you notice I changed my head a bit again?
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you trim your hair?
Yeah,
That's gay.
had to, because it was
Why?
getting like it was like a centimeter off my head, so it was like I was looking like a small child, and I didn't want to look like that.
Oh, so you blended in better with him at the playground.
Hilarious. You know what I was talking about some of the other day? It's like that Benjamin. He makes a lot of pedophile jokes about you. You're like, yeah, he's my best mate. Yeah, people are cracking onto it, Ben. Please, please stop. One thing I wanted to bring up, something that's relevant in our lives, rap music.
Oh yeah, I didn't know we were rap musicians.
We like rap. Exclusively Hilltop
Yes.
Hoods. That was our favorite band when we were younger. Remember that Hilltop Hoods concert we went to together?
That was I didn't go with you.
You know, I was there. You invited me. You're like, hey, my best mate, Matt, you should come to Hilltop Hoods with me.
No, we didn't invite you. Actually, you and I have never been to a concert
Please,
together.
just give me this.
I've been to concerts with so many other people.
No,
but
we haven't.
you.
We've been to.
We've been to the movies together.
Regardless, look, what I want to bring up was, okay, there's two big rappers just released their new albums a few weeks ago. Kanye West, Drake.
I haven't listened to either
Who
of
do
them.
you think's the better album?
I haven't listened to either of them.
And that's it. I knew that was gonna happen. That's why I brought it up. That's why this is the title of the episode. Donda is better than CLB. Everyone keeps telling me Drake's better, and Drake is not better. Drake likes underage girls, so that's our thoughts.
So do you.
No, I don't. That's not very funny. No, but have you heard about the whole Millie Bobby Brown thing?
Yeah, I've heard the conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Have you heard my great joke about it?
Honestly, though, if Drake came on to me, I'd probably let him.
Okay, that's probably a worse joke than my Drake joke. Do you want to hear my Drake joke? It's really good.
What was your Drake joke? I bet it's racist. I bet it's like just very subtly racist.
No, it's not racist. The joke is like, look, you know, you can not like Drake's music all you want, but you got to respect the man for waiting until Millie Bobby Brown turned 18 to have sex with her, because I couldn't do that.
You're right. It's a lot worse.
So that was going to be the opening for my my stand up show called it was going to be called I've got nothing. I've got no joke.
Struggle.
I've got no joke. That's no, the rise and fall of
The pedophilia.
the pedophile. No, that's not it. No, but it was I don't know. I think it's a bit weird. You know,
Revenge of
Millie
the
Bobby Brown.
molesters.
Is this? Are we going to just keep doing this bit?
Mm-hmm.
This bit that's been going on for years now.
Yeah, it's a good bit.
That's it.
It's like the
Actually,
only bit I have.
It's you got no other jokes actually.
Yeah.
What I did was I went to a few videos about Donda versus CLB, and I got some good quotes from the comments. One of them is, haven't finished the vid yet, but CLB felt like fast food. Donda felt like soul food. Because Kanye makes great music, artistic music. CLB is just easily to consume pieces. Like, there's like good songs on the album. They're not that good. They're really not.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like I need to
people
listen
froth
to
it.
them both. But I will be honest, in my like on my music library, I have more Drake than I do Kanye.
That is wrong. You should not do that.
Well, see, here's the thing. I just personally don't feel like I'm an intellectual. So I feel like I can't keep up with what Kanye's saying.
There's a line in a Kanye song that goes, "I want to fuck you hard on the sink. After that, give you something to drink." And probably that's probably one of the most intellectual things he's ever said on any song that he's ever released. So
I think the one about the bleached asshole, and then he got bleach on his shirt, and now he's the asshole. I think that one was what, like, I was like, I'm never gonna understand this man's train of thought.
But then you go to Drake, and it's what's the line about lesbians? I think it's like something about liking I'm a lesbian, me too. I don't know, or some shit line. But it's a good song. But he calls himself a lesbian. That makes no sense.
Although, like, if you looked at Drake on the right angle, you could probably think he's like a very butch lesbian.
Oh, absolutely. She squinted your eyes a little bit.
Yeah, and like tilted your head.
One comment I saw was Kanye can make a CLB and Drake can't make a Donda, which is true because Drake
doesn't have a ranch.
He's not shit. He doesn't have a ranch. He hasn't dated a Kim K. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that changes you. You know what I mean?
He hasn't married a Kim K.
Exactly. He needs to marry a Kim K, and then he might be able to, have that revelation and go, fuck, I need to like up my game. I need to up my rap game.
Or he'd be more like, fuck, no wonder Kanye lost his fucking mind.
Did you see the comments that, MGK, Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah.
He made comments about Slipknot. Like, they're at some festival, and he's like, oh, yeah, at least I'm not like a 50-year-old dude wearing a mask on stage. And I'm like, why are you having a dig? For no reason,
what did they ever do to you,
little white boy.
Yeah, it's not like he's not Eminem.
Like, he's like, I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow you see on the news, rest in peace, Machine Gun Kelly, after getting gutter stomped by the entire Slipknot band and production crew.
I don't think the news would ever say rest in peace on the news when someone died.
That's what they all do.
Yeah, I don't think on 9/11 they were like, rest in peace all those people in the buildings.
They did something. I
think there would have been like thousands
and they had like
killed.
a memorial for every single person who died in 9/11. Like it went for hours and hours.
It would still be going.
That's are we really doing this in 2021? We're making 9/11
absolutely.
Jokes.
Hey, if Pete Davidson can do it, I can do it. Granted, his dad
died in it.
Yeah, but that's like saying, you're like great grandfather was black, so you can make jokes about slavery.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Not really.
Like, just because my grandfather's from New Zealand, it is a terrible example. But like, just because my grandfather's from New Zealand doesn't mean I can make Maori jokes. Exactly.
No,
but it's true. I can't.
Because they will probably come and fucking kill you.
No one would come and kill me. I think everybody goes, yeah, that Matt Winter, he knows what he's talking about.
He's a pedophile.
People will see me.
That one guy keeps calling me a pedophile.
You're my co-host. Can we stop this stupid bit? It's hurting my image. It's hurting my brand. TikTok followers are going down because you are ruining my reputation.
Good. You're frozen, by the way.
Fuck me. You keep cutting in and out as well. See,
yeah.
This is why we wish you were back in person, because then we wouldn't be able to, like, I wouldn't have to just be sitting here nodding for like 20 seconds while I wait for you to go, yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't have moved away.
It's not my fault that nobody thought I was good enough. It's 100%
your fault.
Why didn't you offer me a job to work at the hardware store with you then, mate?
Because I don't think you would like it there.
I think I'd be good at a hardware store at the front of the house going, hey guys, would you like to buy our new...
We're not...
Why not?
We're not Walmart.
No, but come on, look, if I go like, hey guy, what are you here for? No, I could do it. Oh, I would turn into you wouldn't even have to go to Bunnings because you'd have local hardware man Matthew Winter selling you everything you need. Every screw.
Or people would walk in with their kids. Their kids would see you and go, "I recognize him from underneath my bed," and scream and cry.
Look, Kate, you know what we need to do? We need to find a better bit. We need to find a better bit for you, Benjamin. Look, you know what I liked? I liked the Benjamin who, with the third world problem Benjamin. You know, the one who cried
gone.
because he couldn't get the beans he's liked. Because you can get the beans you like now because you're out of lockdown.
Actually, we haven't because we still have so many other beans left. But I feel like I've been drinking it that much. I'm slowly starting to enjoy it.
So you tell me that you complained this whole time, and now you sort of like the bean.
They're sort of growing on me. If I was in a room with Osama bin Laden in those coffee beans, I'd rather drink Osama bin Laden still. However, I still have some left.
You and your analogies, I think that every single time you make one, they get worse and worse. They truly do, Ben.
No way.
It's no way.
Why I wasn't good at English.
And this is why, you know what? I think I probably should replace you as podcast host. I think we should, bring back somebody else.
Who are you going to bring back? Who are you going to bring back, Matt? Who are you going to bring back?
Brad.
Huh?
Brad.
You have no one.
I have no one. That's the thing. Look, sometimes what it is, you just got to choose what you got. Do you know what I mean? You know that saying that's on all those t-shirts? You just got to choose what you got. That's what I'm doing.
Like, your life's more like that t-shirt that says, "This is a t-shirt."
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying you're a piece of shit.
I'm very aware of that. That seems to be the only thing that you end up, giving me. I don't think you've ever said anything. You know what? I don't think you've said anything positive about me in your entire life. Can you give me some sort of compliment?
A lie. That is a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
No, that's a lie.
It's like a constant roast. I feel like I'm on Comedy Central on the big stage.
Yeah,
just getting roasted.
Yeah, but the other thing is Kevin Hart's not here hosting it.
You know what? What's the opposite of a roast? A compliment. Let's turn this into the compliment of Matthew Winter. I'm ready. Give me your best compliments and go.
You don't look like as much of a pedophile today as you did yesterday. And you can't say that's not a compliment.
Okay, let's try it again. That's a backhanded compliment, mate. None of them. Give me something. Comment on, what about my glasses? My glasses are quite nice. Give me something about my glasses.
Now that I'm not looking at them in person, they look a bit cleaner.
I do have a habit of having very, very dirty glasses.
Yeah, because you're a filthy fucking animal.
What about the content I make on the internet?
I don't feel comfortable commenting.
What about the content I make on the internet?
I don't feel comfortable commenting on that. No comment.
Why?
Put it this way. Kanye can make an Ennui, but you can't make a Donda.
Look, that was actually a very good reference to something that we referred to earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
You piece of shit. Did you see that? Did you ever watch the movie He's All That? That was it had Freddie Prinze Jr. and some of those.
Isn't it She's All That?
No, well, that's the thing. He's All That's the original movie, and they rebooted it with She's All That with popular TikTok star Addison Rae.
Oh.
Why do we need to take this old concept and redo it with a TikTok star? I don't understand.
TikTok's everything these days, Matt.
Did you actually know the entire movie? She's actually just doing TikTok dances. She's standing there doing the renegade. They're trying to explain to her what's going to happen. It's oh, we need to go do this. And she's going, renegade, renegade, renegade.
I don't feel comfortable with how much you know about Addison Rae and her life.
Look, it was the joke that I had pre-written about Addison Rae doing TikTok dances.
You pre-write your jokes?
All of them. Every single one. No, it wasn't pre-written.
That explains a lot. You need to review them before you say them.
Or should I be, having them,
have a control group or something like that and just, gauge their reaction and then go, oh, that was good.
send it to Patreon. Go, hey guys, this is the joke I'm thinking about telling in the upcoming episode.
Yeah.
It's about
the only thing is, Matt, people don't have to pay to see your shitty jokes. You should be paying them to
screen them
shitty joke
for me. You're hilarious.
What a terrible bonus.
If there was an old movie that Netflix could reboot for modern day,
Schindler's
what would
List.
it be?
Schindler's List.
Schindler's
they should
List.
redo Schindler's with TikTok stars.
You know what? That's not your worst idea. It's not your worst idea by far. I'm sure there's like
I don't know why, but like when you asked me the question, I got so excited. I was like, could you imagine the Schindler's List with TikTok stars? Like,
what happened in the Schindler's List? I forget.
So it's the guy. His name's like something Schindler, and he's like he saves Jews by buying them, and then like making them work in his factory. But he tries to. The more he buys, the more he realistically saves because they're not going to concentration camps and stuff like that. That I haven't seen the movie for years, so that could be like slightly incorrect. But I know that he saves them by getting him to work for him instead, because then they're not like lynched.
That's actually, you know what, I've heard of worse ideas, but I'm sure there are many better movies that they could reboot. Just off the top of my head,
The Avengers.
I think the Avengers, like the original.
Yeah.
I mean, like TikTok. You know what, they could do Spy Kids, and like have.
Nah, see, that would fucking ruin that whole trilogy for me.
The first movie's good, the second's alright, and the third one's like dog shit.
That last one they made was fucking terrible.
Not a fan. Absolutely not a fan. You could probably remake. Well, then again, I was going to say, you could probably remake American Pie with modern TikTok stars. You know, they already did that, but they were just girls.
What are you saying? I feel like you're going to say something fucked up.
No, that's not. I'm not saying anything fucked up. I'm saying they legitimately made a movie, a new American Pie movie last year. Put it out direct to DVD, of course. That was a reboot of the series, and it was women.
But that would have been shit.
Well, did you ever hear about it? No. So obviously, it wasn't that successful, and it was a Netflix original as well.
I'm surprised there wasn't more of an uproar from like frat boys about that.
Oh, God, yeah, I'm surprised too. But I guess they've got more things on their hands, like getting good grades in school, which is because that's what teenagers do. Actually, someone actually said to me the other day that TikTok stars, like not TikTok stars, but TikTok is going to negatively influence a whole generation of people, and they think like the next generation of kids are going to be like dumb as fuck.
Yeah, fucking oath they are. Look at you.
I'm older than you. And I came out semi-fine.
Fuck.
I'm actually probably the smartest man you know, if we're going to be honest.
You would be very mistaken. Yeah.
What is with the beef? I don't understand. That seems to be something that you've always...
I'm just like emotionally hurt still from the fact that you moved away from me again.
Well, okay. Why didn't you help make Ennui grow, and then we could already be working full time? We could be the Rhett and Link we could be Rhett and Link. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You're always busy, and you fucking moved away.
Hey, look, if I could move back,
you probably wouldn't.
No, I would. You know what? You know what I miss? I miss going home and having dinner already there on the table for me. I miss Grandma making me some chicken curry and just being able to snag down on that while making a video that no one's going to watch. Well, what don't I miss? You know what I like in my new little town? I like that it's a COVID for one. I like the fact that Aldi, Woolworths and Coles are like a 5-minute drive, not even a 5-minute drive, like a 2-minute drive between each other. I like to shop at Aldi. It's nice and cheap. Half my groceries was like $30 the other day. That's pretty good. Most of my shop was at Aldi with my fruit and my veg and my meat. Do you shop at Aldi very much?
Well, no, it's down at Musbrook. I live in Scone. I'm not going to drive, 20 minutes to get groceries.
That's the thing. It's a little bit of a drive where we were from. That's the thing. It's like, trying to save money. Is it really worth driving like 20 minutes and spending like that much in fuel that you'd be saving if you didn't? Do you know what I mean? Probably not.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just not going to do it. I know it's probably good if I did, but I'm not going to.
Okay, what if I moved home, I moved in, and then I could go do it for you?
Yeah, I would rather live with Hitler. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to be so hurtful.
Yeah.
Look,
Like I feel like
I can tell.
I feel like he's affected less people than you have.
That's fucked, Ben. That's absolutely fucked. Look, I'm just trying to have here do a nice little podcast for our fans, and it just seems like that you're coming at me.
I'm not coming at you. I think you're one of my dearest friends, but unfortunately, you fall into the category of target. So do you know how you were talking earlier? Do you know how you were talking about earlier screening your jokes on Patreon? This is where I practice all my jokes, and if I get the reaction out of you that I like, I then move them forward.
What is the reaction you like?
A little bit hurt and a little bit like, that was pretty good.
Look, I always trial my jokes in the group chat, in my Snapchat group chat with all my friends, and they never seem to pass the they don't even get a reply sometimes. So look, I just want the tick of approval, you know? Like the other day, okay, here's a good one. I was in the bathroom, brushing my teeth, putting on deodorant, and I was putting my roll on, and I dropped it, and it went everywhere, and it looked like cum. So then I took a picture and said, just so you know, this is how much one of my loads is.
Probably could have delivered that a bit better.
Look, it was.
Or this is how much my load is when I'm thinking about your dad, you know? Just something that would really put the icing on the cake.
So you say that making jokes about fucking your dad is the appropriate thing to make the joke, add another layer, add the icing.
Because your mum is so stereotypical. Like you really want the person to have that mental picture in their mind of their dad spread eagle as you're mounting them.
Okay, what if I said instead, this is the size of my load when I'm fucking your dead grandma who died in the Holocaust? Is that...
Yeah, see, that's just too far.
What if I just took out the Holocaust bit?
Just take out the whole dead grandma thing. You probably leave the Holocaust in there.
What if I just said regular grandma?
This is how I picture your grandma being pushed around the Holocaust. This is my load.
This is what I think about. This is what I think about when Hitler burns Jews. Is that?
Yeah, see, that's just too far.
See, look, that's what you don't understand. I don't care if it's 2021. Edgy is funny.
No, see, that's just not edgy funny. This is not funny.
That's 12-year-old boy humor. It's that's trying to say
no, 12-year-old boy humor now is fucking making a joke about Fortnite and then farting probably. I don't know.
There's a few kids on TikTok that just come up on my feed. Do you know what does come up on my feed a lot? Do you know what actually comes up on my feed? And I mentioned this in another podcast I recorded today. Kids with Down syndrome, and I don't understand why. I don't interact with I don't know what happens. There's some guy and he's at the beach and he's having a good time. And there's nothing funny about it. It's wholesome, but it comes up on my feed and I'm like, I just want my big titty goth bitches, and I'm getting Down syndrome kids.
Yeah, I don't get that.
What do you get?
In fact, I never ever get that.
None at all.
I haven't had a single. I've had people with disabilities on my For You page, but not specifically just Down syndrome people.
Yeah, it's never any other disabilities. It's always people with Down syndrome.
I seem to have a lot of autistic people come off my feed, and most of the time it's just them making their noises.
What?
and like this is gonna sound fucking terrible, but sometimes they're pretty fucking funny because they make them at inappropriate times.
But why are people putting this out as content? Do you know what I mean? It's like
it's usually like their siblings filming them or some shit. Like it's never like them just recording themselves, probably because like they would never do that. But it's normally like their siblings like stirring them up or trying to get to create a scene, and then they just like lash out, which is fucking terrible.
That is fucking terrible. I kept getting this one guy. And like him and his mate had Down syndrome, and it was like a lot of the content I would always see is like just them like, hey, we're having a good time, blah blah blah. And then there was one.
They didn't talk like that, did they?
No, they didn't. I'm not going to imitate a person with Down syndrome. But then like there was one that I saw, and it was like, shout out to George Floyd, rest in peace. And then it was like a 60-second rant on Black Lives Matter, and it was like I'm not taking my information from you, my friend. No one on TikTok. If that's the thing, it's the same thing with like people sharing crypto advice. I'm not gonna get like advice on like Bitcoin from like some guy who's just trying to like pump and dump.
I see a lot of shit about like anti-vaxxers.
Fuck me
but
too.
it's like people taking the piss out of anti-vaxxers. Like I watched one this morning, and do you know how all those tradies went on strike?
Oh yeah,
in Melbourne. So one of them was this guy filming like two tradies outside of like a building, and they were like doing cocaine. like in the middle of the day, they were snorting lines, and then like it was like playing the news audio over the top of it. Like all the tradies are going out on anti-vax because they don't know what they want in their body and all that shit. And I was like, holy fucking shit.
It's funny how like there's so many people like, oh, I'm never gonna get the vaccine, and half of them are like, they don't have any idea where the needles they're using have come from, like at all.
Yeah. Or it's like how much alcohol they consume a week. Like if I went about saying that I was going to get the vaccine because I don't want to put it in my body, I'm the biggest hypocrite because I easily punch through like a bottle of whiskey and a carton of beer a week. Like I know what's going in my body, so I feel fine with getting a little jab.
Have you got your jab, haven't you? Yeah.
I got my first one. Yeah, I got my first one.
Yeah. It's good to see it
in 2 weeks.
Hopefully, because that's the thing. We're not gonna open up. I'm not gonna be able to come home and get grandma's homemade chicken curry if we stay in lockdown. That's the thing. I could cook it myself. However, it's not.
Yeah, but you don't know how to clean up after yourself.
Oh, I do. You have no idea. I'm a bit of a clean freak. Sometimes there might be a mug.
You are a fucking liar. I remember when we both lived in Sadar, I would constantly come over and there was shit everywhere. You had dirty fucking bowls with like dried up milk in it. You had dirty bowls with like curry in it. You had dirty coffee mugs. I don't know how the fuck you could live with yourself.
Back then I might have been a bit bad. This is like 2, 5, 6 years ago.
It was not 6 years ago.
It's like 2 years ago. I'm a changed man. But now it's more like right now I can see my cereal from breakfast and I can see one mug.
Put that shit away immediately.
I was recording a podcast.
As soon as I finish with a bowl or a cup, I don't want it out where I can see it. It has to be put away. It has to be cleaned or in the sink or in the dishwasher.
In a normal circumstance, it would be.
It shits me to tears. It's disgusting. It makes me want to fucking drag my balls across razors.
That is a very, very interesting image in my head now. But that's the thing. Like it's normally not like that. I'm usually a very clean person.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay, if you want me to, I'll look.
Because I don't think there's ever been a time, and I genuinely believe this, I don't think there's ever been a time where I've gone to visit you, no matter where you lived, and there hasn't been a dirty bowl or cup left out.
I think you're very wrong.
But it'd be okay if it was like in the kitchen, because I'd be like, okay, it's in the kitchen. It's like, I know it's going to get clean. But it's like on your desk, and I can tell it's been there for a while.
Look, it's never there for a while. Like, if anything, it's always less than 24 hours.
See, that's too long.
No. In some circumstances. Usually, these would be fucking put in the sink and getting soaked before they go in the dishwasher.
I don't want to out you, but I feel like I have to make my argument point. You gave me your old keyboard. And I brought it home and cleaned it. I took all the buttons off. There was milk. There was food. There was nails.
I always eat at my desktop.
There was all sorts of shit through this keyboard, and it made me want to burn it. I didn't even want to keep it.
I wasn't planning on giving you that keyboard, and I thought, hey, Ben, you know what? You're my good mate. I'm going to give you my old keyboard.
Don't you clean your gear?
I do, but I hadn't got in there. It's really hard. You got to pull out all the keys and shit.
Ages. It takes 2 seconds. It literally, all you do is pull it. It pops off.
I didn't want to break it.
Oh my God.
Probably a lot of, you know what? I'm actually going to be very honest here. I think that was the previous owner who left a lot of that milk and hair and fingernails.
No, bullshit.
Brad.
I only know one person who could spill that much fucking food and drink, and it's you, cunt.
Look. Okay, if you look at my keyboard now, it's actually very, very clean. Look, I was...
Yeah, because you bought a fucking flat keyboard with the buttons barely raised. Nothing's going to get in there.
No, well, exactly.
You bought it's like a toddler plate. It's like one of those things like toddlers are designed to get messy because you can easily clean it off.
It's called minimalism. Fucking get a hint, mate.
I'll give you a fucking hint.
Look, I think there's nothing wrong with my little keyboard. I think it's quite cute.
It's a cute little keyboard. It reminds me of
not cute. I mean, it's easy to use.
It reminds me of when I was 10 and I got my first laptop and I was like, cool, I'm gonna watch porn on this now.
Is that the first thing you did when you bought a laptop?
No, actually, I played that Cake Factory game.
Oh,
it's pretty sick. Yeah. I didn't really have anything else to do. It was a Dell laptop, so and it was a 2010 Dell laptop, so it wasn't exactly like the best.
I remember the first thing that I ever did with my first laptop was edit Wikipedia articles when I was 13.
Yeah, you would have too, you little incel.
I'm not an. I love the affection that women give me. It's just been a while.
Yep.
See, look, did you know in the 200th episode, the Q&A special, one of the questions was, how come you get no pussy?
Who the fuck asked that?
A woman.
Okay.
And the answer was, have you seen these eyebrows? Have you seen that I make content for the internet? Nobody wants to fuck me.
I guess you can't really call underage pussy because it's not really pussy yet.
You know what? Okay, look, now we need to find a new bit for you. That's it. We need to find something else. Make fun of me.
That was the final straw.
That was the final straw. Look, there are so many other things you can make fun of me for. Okay, here we go. Here's a list of things that you can make fun of me for.
Your tiny dick.
I have... no, I have...
Your web toes.
I don't have web toes. I definitely don't. My penis is, and I'll put a tweet out about this because I wanted to clarify this to everyone. I have the right size penis. When people see my penis, I'll flop it out for a woman and they'll go, that's the right size. Not too big, not too small. Without fail, that is the one thing that is said to me.
Yeah, I've seen your dick heaps of times. And I don't really want to comment on it too much because
I know.
No, I don't want to comment too much because it's scary how many times I've seen it and how much detail I know about it.
Give me one detail about my penis.
Like, your penis is quite dark compared to the rest of your body.
It is.
Yeah.
You know why though?
Oh no!
My dad's father's brother is actually Muhammad Ali.
Oh yeah. What, you got his penis?
Did you know my middle name is actually Muhammad because my dad was such a big fan of Muhammad Ali. My dad was an amateur boxer for years.
Matthew Muhammad Winter.
Yes.
I call
people
bullshit
think it's cultural appropriation. People think it's cultural appropriation, but I don't think so. I think it's just like paying tribute to the man himself, Muhammad Ali.
I hope... I don't know what I want to say back to that, but all I want to say is that you have a really gross looking penis.
I think that's valid.
Yeah.
No, look, hey, if you can make fun of me for my perfect right sized penis, my caterpillar eyebrows, that I've got a missing tooth because I had to get one pulled out. I have a YouTube channel. I have a podcast. I don't go to parties. I don't get invited to parties.
You don't have parties.
I don't have parties either. My favorite drink of choice, you know what? It probably is. It's probably still an apple cider. I like my cider. You know, if I'm around people I know, I have to have a Canadian Club because people think I'm, for some reason, fruity. Pardon the pun.
Yeah, I bet you would enjoy a fruity tinkle though.
No, I would not enjoy a fruity tinkle. Do I look like a 16-year-old girl? No.
Well, 15-year-old girls shouldn't be drinking fruity tinkles, Matt, so you shouldn't be buying them for them.
Oh, okay. The kid, you know for a fact that their parents buy them alcohol for their parties and go, "Oh, if you're gonna drink, you gotta drink safely at my place." Gotta drink. That's not how I sound. I'm saying that's how the parents sound.
Yeah, I don't think parents these days, like I don't think most parents these days, like newer, younger parents, have ever said to their kids, "You can only drink alcohol at my place." Generally, most of the time, it's like, "Here's a 6-pack. That's all you're getting."
Do you think kids did like when you, I don't know, went to parties? Did people share alcohol, or was it always just like buy for yourself?
It wasn't really sharing. It was more or less like, geez, they look pretty pissed, and they brought a whole carton of stuff with them. Maybe 2 go missing.
No, they'll never know. Never know the difference.
Because like I always took my own alcohol. And occasionally, you'd come across someone who's pretty pissed, and then you'd notice that they've got like a drink that you maybe want, so you'd pillage one from like their esky. Or in most of the cases, I always took a bigger esky, so people would put their drinks in my esky. And therefore, I felt like I had free range over what was going in and out of the esky. So, and my target thing, because like when I only went to a couple of parties, and not very many people who were there drank beer, whereas I did. So I'd always take like Heineken or something that had like this real bitter taste. So I knew no one was going to touch my shit.
Fuck, that's funny. I remember when I turned 18 and finished school, and I was going out drinking, like maybe like Friday, Saturday night. I'd like buy myself one drink and then wait until somebody else gets drunk enough, and I'll go, "Hey, did you want another drink?" And it's like, "Oh," they go, "Yeah." And like I'll grab their card, and they said, "Oh, can I have a drink as well?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine." So then I would just piggyback off the drunk people and get alcohol.
You're fucking terrible.
You just said you did the same thing, pretty much.
No, it wasn't like I waited until they were like, I didn't take advantage of them because I was just as drunk.
No, I took advantage.
It's not like I was sober and I was like, "Oh, now I'm going to start drinking because they're all pissed and they won't know that's going missing." It was more like, geez, I'm pretty pissed as well. I'm going to take, a cruiser, or I'm going to take a Canadian Club, or I'm going to take whatever the fuck that thing is.
Look, there's nothing wrong with taking advantage of drunk people. That's not what I'm trying to say. Hey, look, they gave consent for them to buy me a drink. Realistically, they're the one trying to get me drunk. If you really think about it.
Yeah, that's
they're
fine.
Trying to butter me up.
You need to loosen up.
I do. I really do. Look, I'm a bachelor now. Like I need to start acting like it.
You need to stop drinking ciders then.
Do you think I would be good on The Bachelor?
You'd be good on The Bachelorette.
I think it would be.
You'd be great on The Bachelorette.
No, I'm not. No, that's, you know what that is? That's fucking simping. I would never go on The Bachelorette and try.
You'd be fucking. You'd be
a woman
fucking perfect for it then.
I think I'd be the perfect bachelor. Really, like girls fighting for my attention. That you know what they would hear? They would hear he hosts a podcast, and they'd all be just like wet in their panties for the rest of the season.
You would not be able to be a bachelor on The Bachelor because it would disrupt your podcast recording sessions.
No, I would just do it remotely.
Or you'd be like really sad, and you'd be like, "I have a great date for us tonight," and it's like, "We're gonna record a podcast."
No, that's the first step. You need to figure out who would be a good co-host and who's not. What about The Bachelorette, but it's for a podcast co-host? And you got to put them through all these challenges and stuff, and
what would the challenge be? Set your mic up and record.
Yeah, but like it'd be more about like the experiences you're able to tell on the podcast. Like everybody get to the challenge, and then everybody does their own little mini podcast, and whoever does the shittest one gets voted off that week.
Gets the microphone.
I've heard of worse ideas.
Yeah, yours. Any other of your ideas?
I've had a lot of great ideas. We've discussed. I think we've discussed in private that my bestiality comedy.
That wasn't in private. That was on the last podcast.
It was on the On We Talk Extra, actually.
It was basically private.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no one's seen it. Maybe 2 people, maybe 1. I have a lot of great ideas. I think, look, our humor always changes when we grow up. Sometimes we make good decisions. Sometimes we make horrible ones. Apparently, I've said the N-word on past podcasts like years ago. I don't remember what it was.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Have I? I don't even remember. What do you remember the context of it? It was probably in the context of, I think that the greatest people in the world are.
Nope.
And then that horrible, horrible slur.
It was like
I don't have
Chris. It was you and Chris. It was one of the pilot podcasts, like the 001s. It was one of them, and you and Chris were talking about what people taking offense to things that they probably shouldn't. And you were just slamming that word with a hard R, man. You were hitting that hard R.
That was the old me. That was a different person.
Yeah,
it wasn't me.
That was like you with a little bit less of a pedophile haircut.
That's quite rude.
That was Marty season 1, Matthew.
It was. You're a piece of fucking shit. Look, is that all this podcast going to be? It's going to keep laying into me day after day.
No, I complimented you not too long ago. I said you're one of my dearest friends.
Yeah, and that was it. I could say a lot of great things about you.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Name fucking 2.
You helped me make this podcast, and you haven't used your Taekwondo skills on me before. Actually, that's a lie. You have.
Yeah.
Remember that time you roundhoused me in front of all my friends, and they started chanting "Big Forehead Johnson, Big Forehead Johnson," and then Midget Mouth Stevenson, because I have a tiny mouth apparently.
I thought it would have been like Nicolas Cage or something like that.
Okay, you know what I've been told in the last week that I've looked like Nicolas Cage, and I've also been told that I look like a pigeon.
Yeah, you do.
Why does everybody laugh when I say that? Look, I do not look like a pigeon.
You kind of do though.
I don't.
You kind of if on a side profile, you had that look. Like it sort of feels like your eyeballs are on the side of your head. Like they're so far apart, and you turn your head like a pigeon. Just see them.
Just like in the same way that I was cringe and I use it in my comedy, I think I'm going to use this pigeon look for my new series coming soon, coming 2022. On We Presents
Pigeon Boy.
Pigeon Boy. Yeah, it's going to be it's actually part of the MCU. People might have seen Pigeon Boy in the older movies, but Pigeon Boy is actually making.
Little known backstory about Pigeon Boy: he was a great supporter of the Nazi Party. He was very controversial. Very controversial character.
He was, and that's why people haven't really noticed him, because they've sort of keeping him at the back. But it's 2021. We can talk about what we want now.
Yeah.
So they're bringing back Pigeon Boy. It's actually going to be me. It's actually going to be co-produced by Ennui and Marvel. Pigeon Boy coming soon. Thoughts?
I was just thinking that they would never do that, but didn't a couple of podcasts ago get taken down from a Holocaust joke?
Well, some of our podcasts?
Yeah, wasn't it Instagram or something took down your snippet?
Yeah, they took down a clip about the Holocaust where I said,
it
was your joke about the Holocaust.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to use 90% of this podcast on Instagram.
No, look, I think that if I just don't caption it I think that's what it was. I said, I think it was you made a joke about the Holocaust and Hitler, and I think I said, imagine if Hitler went ahead with his art career. And because I said Hitler, but if I just said, here's a funny joke on the podcast, and then it was just said in the video, it would have passed perfectly. It didn't get deleted off TikTok.
Can you not say Hitler's name on Instagram?
You mustn't be able to. I think they flag it as hate speech.
What if your name is Hitler?
I think in 2021, there's going to be very, very minimal amount of people called Hitler. And if anything, they'd go by like Sam or something.
Adolf.
Or yeah, look, that's the thing. People were still called their kid Adolf.
Yeah, absolutely. Charlie Chaplin had the same fucking mustache as him, and it's called the Chaplin. People still have that mustache.
What do you think? Do you think I could get away with it? Have the mustache?
Yeah, you'd probably look more like an extra on like a fantasy show.
And not a good one.
Yeah,
Like,
not a good one.
that's like
Like a B-roll TV show.
something that's on in the UK on like BBC Three that only got like one series.
Like Tommy Wiseau writes it, like that kind of show.
Look, I think that you just like making fun of the way I look. I don't think I'm that ugly. Like if
you should get him on the podcast.
Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah,
probably better episode than we're having right now.
He'd probably do it too, if you asked him.
Yeah, I'd go, hey, imagine that. Hey guys, welcome back to the Ennui Talk podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Winter, with Tommy Wiseau. I did not hear her. Is that what he
nice
sounds?
doggy. Yeah,
nice doggy. I can do really good impressions. Have you heard? I'm actually really good at doing impressions. You know this though. Remember? Have you heard my monkey impression?
I thought you were gonna be like racist and start like.
Oh. What? Like I'm an African American? No.
I thought you were gonna do that. Like, I don't know why my mom went straight to it. I was like, he's gonna like start make clicking noises or something like that.
I would never say something so derogatory on a podcast. Before we do end up, there was actually I saw a clip on TikTok today, and it was from Joe Rogan, and it was like Joe Rogan keeps turning into a monkey. And it was like this whole spiel about Miley Cyrus and like drug abuse and stuff. And it cuts to Joe Rogan. He's just going, and it was like obviously like fake and cut together, but it was very funny. It was like he was interviewing like Jordan Peterson about like, I don't know, like the brain and mental health and shit like that. And it just cuts to Joe and he's going like a monkey.
Yeah. Yeah. You sound like a typical fan of his podcast.
What's wrong with being a fan of like positive masculinity? And did you hear that he got COVID?
Joe Rogan got COVID.
Yeah, he's dead. Do you know he passed away from COVID?
No, he didn't, you dickhead.
Yes, he did. Google it.
No, he
passed away from COVID, and now we don't get the podcast anymore.
So if I Google this and he's alive, because I feel like I would have heard about this on meme pages by now.
He's gone. Young Jamie is actually like, they wanted him to host the podcast, but he had a mental breakdown. And now they can't find anybody else to host the Joe Rogan Experience. It's not a bit. It's absolutely not a bit.
It's a bit.
It's not a bit. He's dead. He's gone. He's dead and buried.
No, he's
Rest
not.
in peace, Joe Rogan. I will remember you.
What did he even do before? Oh, he's a UFC.
He was a UFC commentator. He was a comedian, and he was also on a sitcom in the 90s while he was trying to be a comedian. He's also a trained black belt.
Did
like
he
you
lose
and
his
me.
fucking mind?
What do you mean? In what sense?
Like, isn't he crazy?
He's not crazy. He does say a lot of stuff about COVID that was very like, I don't know,
controversial.
How you going? Yeah. Okay, what happened was he got COVID and he's like, yeah, I tried to like treat it with like all this stuff, and then he's like, oh, it's not working. I'm actually gonna get the vaccine now.
Oh,
that's what it was. Like he was trying to treat it with these like fucking he's on it supplements and shit like that, and it was just like, get the vaccine, please. There was some guy on TikTok I saw and he's like, oh, I just found out I've got the virus and I'm double vaxxed. Like, how's this even supposed to happen? Like, I don't even feel a thing. And it's like, that's how the fucking vaccine works. You don't feel it.
The vaccine, you dickhead.
Oh, stupid. You know what? I think we actually might turn this podcast into a fake news podcast about COVID, and we share our best fake news stories. Or we could just spread fake news stories. That's probably like going to get us more views than anything we've ever done before.
Probably get you a lot of controversy as well.
Hey. Do you know what, like my favorite wrestling promoter says, Eric Bischoff, he says, controversy creates cash. It's true. Also probably lose a lot of cash. But that wasn't in the tagline of his book. It was just controversy creates cash.
Controversy creates pussy.
Is that how you really want to end the podcast?
Not really, no.
No, it's not really, no. Everyone does, subscribe to the podcast channel on YouTube, Ennui Radio. Did you know that we actually have for the main Ennui channel, we have a new YouTube URL. Do you know what it is?
Oh, did you get it?
No, I didn't get them. They didn't respond to me again. So I removed the old one. They
totally fish baited you on that one. They were just like, oh, we can totally get this kind of excited.
So the new one is it's youtube.com/Ennui videos, because there'll always be videos, and it had to start with Ennui as well. So
that is fucking terrible.
Okay, well, I couldn't get Ennui TV. I couldn't get Ennui anything else.
Ennui TV 2?
I can. I've already got Ennui TV 2 for a different channel.
Oh, fuck.
But now, it doesn't make any sense. Regardless, please subscribe to our YouTube channels. We've got videos coming out. I promise you, they're here. They're coming. 2 podcasts a week now. Every Thursday is going to be an interview or a guest. Every Monday episode is either going to be Ben or that little introverted little boy called Casper, our little editor. It's going to be one of the two on a Monday, and then some sort of guest on a Thursday. Crazy, right?
That's fucking crazy, bro.
It is. Our next big guest is actually, and you wouldn't believe it, it's actually the ghost of Joe Rogan coming on the podcast after his death. Thanks for joining us on the podcast. Any final words for our fans, Benjamin?
Goodbye.
That's it. You are fine.